Entrepreneurship 03, Week 3, Module 3, preparing our new enterprise plan. We've given you a great format to work with. The format that we're working with this course comes from a very large consumer packaged goods manufacturer located in the Dallas area. They're a top-ranked socially responsible company. It's not the complete format that they would use, but it is extracted from it, and it is a good format to use. So the format that we've been training you on, that Huggies product example format, is something that you can take in any Fortune 500 corporation would be able to recognize your form of plan, and you would be able to gain consideration there. So that's helpful if you're going in to try to sell your idea to a corporation, trying to find employment there. But also, that plan will work just great if you go to outside vendors, creditors, and lenders. They look at what you've put together. They will immediately recognize that you understand the Fortune 1000 experience, and hopefully you've got some Fortune 1000 experience, but if you don't, you can at least act like you have it. And so, long story short, make sure that your format is correct. And I mean, it's a legal document. Treat it like a legal document because it is a form of unilateral contract. But long story short, make sure everything is perfect in that document. I remember a story that I like to tell in some of my classes, and involved my first master degree. And I didn't want to go get a master degree. My company wanted me to go get a master degree. But I wound up meeting this really great professor through the process, and he actually stayed with me through my second and third master degrees. And then he left academics, went into a venture capital operation, and later on I went back and got my PhD. I haven't seen the man for 20 years, but he impacted my life greatly. But what I'm trying to say about this particular process is that you've got to be organized, you've got to be disciplined, you've got to be diligent, you've got to have something out there ahead of you to set your sights on. However you develop that, that's going to be up to you. What you do want your plan to do is to reflect where you're trying to go with your organization. So include that social responsibility component somewhere in the marketing mix area. Also include it back in your executive summary. Make sure that when you read through, and have others do this for you, when you read through your plan, your program, that it is pulling people through the program, that they're not forcing themselves to read. There should be something, a line of interest that you create. So you have to be a little creative with your writing here. It's not just a standard factual sort of writing. We want to make it interesting. We don't want it to be too long. We don't want it to be too short. We want it to be just right. I used to hear it said early on in my career, say the mostest with the leastest. And that's true. We give you word counts, but really you only have to say what is necessary to be said for everybody to understand it. And again, what I said in the marketing class, some of you have taken that class, you can't look at it from your perspective. You've got to look at your plan from everybody else's perspective. It's not you that's determining whether it's viable or not. It's whether they determine it's viable or not. Who are they? Your stakeholders. If you can't get anybody to invest in your new business, why would you invest in it? That makes no sense. But at any rate, go ahead, continue with the assignments this week. Do call me if you have any questions. We're at a critical point because we are about to, beginning week 5, start contacting people if your plan is ideal. And certainly, you want to be able to have a complete plan and be ready to go to market or take a job if that's the eventuality of your choice. Thank you. See you next week.